Why a suspect who is not a threat to you, a suspect who is already tied to his back, a suspect who was begging for his life, you try to shoot him the first time, it did not work, you remove your magazine, arrange it again and shoot him for the second time. It is not explainable, it is not pardonable. All right, I'll start with the issue at hand, which is a very sad issue. Since my 6 years of public relations, this is my most difficult moment, because having an incident that cannot be explained is very difficult. There is no explanation for this. That policeman, I just don't get what I would say was wrong with him. You know, police cannot attribute problem to spirituality, but that may not be far from it, because that's the only explanation that one can give to what he did. When the 24th Commissioner of Police assumed duty as the CP Delta State, he had a stakeholders meeting where he advised park owners and courier, that's logistics company, on the need to search waybill before they allow it to fly, because drug peddlers and gun barons, that is armed peddlers too, they started transporting this thing through the means of waybill. So on Sunday, this young man came with a waybill. Having had that meeting with the CP, the park decided to check every waybill before they were allowed to go. On checking that particular waybill, they saw a Beretta pistol with 4 rounds of live ammunition. They quickly arrested the guy and tied him to his back and called the area commander, Efurun Area Command, who now mandated a team, a surveillance team, led by this ASP, to go and bring the suspect. The instruction was very clear. Go and bring the suspect. That was the instruction. So one would wonder why a suspect who is not a threat to you, a suspect who is already tied to his back, a suspect who was begging for his life, you try to shoot him the first time, it did not work, you remove your magazine, arrange it again and shoot him for the second time. It is not explainable, it is not pardonable. And I want members of the public to know that the police does not cover officers like that. I'm very sure that guy will have his day in court and will face murder charges. I'm very sure. I will not speak for the top hierarchy of the force, but I'm certain that is the direction it is going, because as we speak, he left Asaba last night by night movement. They left Asaba to Benin to conclude his query, and they left Benin as at 8 p.m. yesterday going to Abuja. I believe as at this morning they're already in the force headquarters, because he will be dealt with. There's already an ongoing section of the force disciplinary committee that will handle his case, and I believe by the end of today we will hear the outcome of that section. So it is not something we can explain. He only knows, he's the only one that can explain why he did what he did, and he will use his head to carry what he has across. The music he has started playing, like I've always been saying, he will dance to it, because that guy has a right to life. Every suspect has a right to life. Nobody has the monopoly of violence. You don't just go about killing people because you are bearing firearm given to you by the government of Nigeria to protect life and property. It's not making any sense to me.